She said, "My ex was right. You're way too ordinary for me. I should have listened to him." I replied, "Good to know." After that, I didn't argue, didn't explain, just disappeared from her routine. 3 days later, she walked into the lounge and froze when she noticed everyone staring at her for a reason she hadn't discovered yet. I'm David, 34, and until last Thursday I thought I was in a decent relationship. Nicole and I had been together for about 9 months, met through a running club, seemed compatible. She worked in marketing for a tech startup. I'm an engineer at a manufacturing firm, different worlds, but we made it work, or so I thought. The comment that ended everything happened at her company's happy hour. She'd invited me, said it would be good for me to meet her coworkers. I showed up around 6:30 p.m. at this trendy bar downtown, found Nicole already a couple drinks in with her team. She introduced me around. Everyone was polite, but I could tell I wasn't really their scene. They were talking about influencer campaigns and brand partnerships. While I stood there nodding along around 7:15, Nicole's ex showed up. Apparently he still worked at the same company, different department. His name was Tyler. Tall, designer clothes, the kind of guy who says bro unironically. Nicole had mentioned him before, said they dated for a year, ended amicably when he got promoted and became too busy for a relationship. Tyler walked over to our group, did the rounds of fist bumps and inside jokes. When he got to Nicole, they hugged. Fine, they worked together. Then he turned to me. "You must be the new guy, David, right?" "Yeah, nice to meet you." "Tyler, heard a lot about you." He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "So you're an engineer?" "Manufacturing engineer, yeah." "That's cool, man. Real steady work." The way he said steady made it sound like an insult. Nicole jumped in. "David's being modest. He actually designs production systems for—" "That's great," Tyler cut her off. "Hey, Nick, remember that trip to Napa we took? Just saw photos from Jake's trip to the same winery. Made me think of us." And just like that, they were off talking about their past together while I stood there like furniture. I excused myself to get another drink, took my time at the bar. When I came back, Tyler had moved on to another group, but Nicole seemed different, distant. We left around 8:30. In the Uber back to her place, she was quiet. I asked if everything was okay. "Yeah, just thinking." "About?" "Nothing, work stuff." We got to her apartment. She poured herself wine. I grabbed a beer from her fridge. We sat on her couch and she turned to me with this look I couldn't quite read. "Tyler said something to me tonight, after you went to get a drink." "Okay." He said I was dating down, that you seemed nice but ordinary." I set down my beer. "And what did you say?" "I defended you, obviously. But then he pointed out some things. About how we don't really fit into each other's worlds, how you're not really interested in my work and I don't understand yours." "That's not true. I've asked about your projects." "You ask, but your eyes glaze over when I explain them, be honest." She wasn't completely wrong. Marketing jargon did lose me sometimes. But I tried. "And you," she continued, "when you talk about engineering stuff, you might as well be speaking another language." I smile and nod, but I don't get it. "So, what are you saying?" She took a long drink of wine. "I'm saying, my ex was right. You're way too ordinary for me. I should have listened to him." The words hit like cold water. Not angry, just cold. "Too ordinary," I repeated. "It's not an insult. You're a good person, but you're just regular. And I think I need someone more ambitious, more in my world. Someone who gets what I do. Someone like Tyler." "I didn't say that. You didn't have to." I stood up, grabbed my jacket. She looked surprised. "Where are you going?" "Home. Thanks for the clarity." "David, wait. Can we talk about this?" "You just told me I'm too ordinary for you based on your ex's opinion. What's there to talk about?" "I didn't mean it like that." "Yeah, you did. Good to know where I stand." I left. She called after me, but I kept walking. Update 1. I didn't contact Nicole after that night. No texts, no calls, nothing. Just removed her from my daily routine like she'd never been there. Deleted her from social media. Blocked her number. Clean break. Friday morning, my friend Jake texted asking if I wanted to grab lunch. We met at our usual spot. "You look pissed," he said. "Nicole and I broke up." "When?" "Last night. She told me I'm too ordinary for her." "Jesus, I'm sorry, man. Don't be better to know now." "What are you gonna do?" "Nothing. Just moving on." But Jake knew me better than that. "Come on, you've got that look." "What look?" "The look you get when someone's wronged you and you're being too calm about it." He wasn't wrong. I had been thinking. Specifically, I'd been thinking about something Nicole had told me a few months ago, a secret about her company. See, Nicole's marketing team had this big campaign launching next week. They'd been working on it for 6 months. It was supposed to be this surprise viral video thing, very hush-hush. Nicole had told me about it one night, drunk and excited, made me promise not to tell anyone. The campaign involved partnering with a mid-level celebrity for a spontaneous moment that was actually carefully scripted. The whole thing relied on it appearing authentic and unplanned. If people knew it was staged ahead of time, the whole campaign would fall flat. "I'm not doing anything," I told Jake, "just existing." But I was thinking about Tyler, and about how guys like him always seem to fail upward. That afternoon, I did some research. Tyler's LinkedIn showed he was the project lead on this campaign. His career was riding on it being successful. I created a burner email account, spent an hour crafting a message to a media blogger who covered marketing industry news. Very simple. Leaked details about the upcoming campaign, described it as cynically manufactured authenticity, included enough specifics to be credible, but framed it as industry gossip I'd heard through the grapevine, sent it Saturday morning. The blogger posted about it Sunday afternoon. By Monday morning, it was all over marketing Twitter. Update 2. Monday evening. Jake texted me, "Did you see what happened with Nicole's company?" "What happened?" "Their big campaign leaked. Apparently everyone knows it's staged now. They might have to scrap the whole thing. That sucks for them." "You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?" "Why would I?" "Because you're smiling right now. I can tell even over text." He was right. I was smiling. Tuesday morning, I got a text from an unknown number. "Nicole, using a different phone or a friend's. Did you leak our campaign?" I didn't respond, David. I know it was you. Tyler's project is dead. My team is scrambling. We might all lose our jobs. Still didn't respond. "I'm sorry about what I said. I was drunk and Tyler was in my head. Can we please talk?" I blocked that number too. Wednesday evening, I went to my usual coffee shop to work on some personal projects. It was near Nicole's office, a place I'd been going long before I met her. Around 6 p.m., the door opened and Nicole walked in with some coworkers. She didn't see me at first. I was in the back corner, laptop open. She was talking animatedly with her team. They grabbed a table near the front. Then she looked around, and her eyes found me. She froze, actually stopped mid-sentence. Her coworkers followed her gaze. One of them, a woman I'd met at the happy hour, leaned over and whispered something. Nicole's face went white. That's when I realized they knew, or at least suspected. Someone at her company had put 2 and 2 together. The ex-boyfriend with engineering background who'd have understood how information flows online, the breakup that happened right before the leak, the timing. Nicole stood up and walked over to my table. Her co-workers watched. "We need to talk." "I don't think we do." "Did you do it? Did you leak the campaign?" "I don't know what you're talking about." "Don't lie to me, David. This is serious. Tyler's probably getting fired. My team is in crisis mode. If this was you..." "If this was me, what? You'd call me ordinary again? Tell me your ex was right about me?" "That's not fair. Isn't it? You spent months telling me about your work, about your projects, about this big campaign. I listened because I cared about you. Then Tyler shows up, and suddenly I'm too regular, too boring, not in your world. Well, guess what? Your world just got a lot smaller. So you admit it. I admit nothing. I'm just saying karma's interesting. I could go to the police. This is corporate sabotage. Based on what evidence? That your ex-boyfriend who you dumped for being ordinary is drinking coffee in a public place? Good luck with that. One of her coworkers came over. Nick, we should go. Nicole stared at me for another moment. I hope you're proud of yourself. I'm just ordinary David, remember? I don't do anything interesting. They left. I went back to my laptop. Finished my coffee. Went home. Update 3. Thursday. I got a call from Jake. Dude, I heard Nicole's trying to build a case that you leaked their campaign. Let her try. I'm serious. She's telling people you did it. Some of her co-workers believe her. Belief isn't proof. She could make things difficult for you. With what? I used a burner email from a coffee shop's public Wi-Fi. There's no trail. And even if there was, I didn't sign any NDAs. I'm not an employee. She told me about the campaign voluntarily. Even if I did leak it, which I'm not admitting, it would be her mistake, not mine. Jesus, you really thought this through. I'm an engineer. I solve problems. Friday afternoon, I got a LinkedIn message from Tyler. Surprising, since we weren't connected, I know it was you. Nicole won't admit she told you about the campaign, but I figured it out. You cost me my job, you petty asshole. I responded, maybe focus less on your ex-girlfriend's new boyfriends and more on your work. Oh wait, you don't have work anymore. My bad. He blocked me after that. That evening, Jake called again. Nicole's telling everyone you're a sociopath. Let her. Doesn't that bother you? Why would it? Her opinion was already made clear. I'm too ordinary to care about. That's cold, man. That's karma. Final update. It's been 3 weeks. The dust has settled mostly. Nicole's company did end up scrapping the campaign. Tyler got let go, not officially for the campaign failure. They framed it as restructuring. But everyone knew Nicole's still at her job, but apparently on thin ice. Her team lost a major client over the botched campaign. I heard through mutual friends that Nicole's been trying to salvage her reputation. She tells people I'm an obsessive ex who sabotaged her out of spite. Some believe her. Most people who know me don't. Jake asked me last week if I felt guilty. Not really, I said. You potentially ruined someone's career. I potentially exposed that their career was built on manufactured authenticity and poor operational security. If telling one person about your super secret campaign is all it takes to destroy it, maybe it wasn't that solid to begin with. That's rationalization. Maybe. Or maybe it's consequences. Nicole told me I was too ordinary based on her ex's opinion. She chose his judgment over 9 months with me. I just showed her that ordinary people can still affect her world. By hurting her professionally. By removing her safety net, she thought people like me were beneath her notice. Now she notices. I've been on a couple dates since then, nothing serious. Just reminding myself that there are people who don't measure worth by job titles and social clout, who don't need their ex's approval of their current partner. Someone asked me at a party this weekend if I'd do it differently, knowing what I know now, if I regret the leak. I don't regret setting boundaries, I said. Nicole chose to value Tyler's opinion over our relationship. She told me I wasn't good enough for her world. I just demonstrated that her world isn't as secure as she thought. That's pretty ruthless. That's pretty ordinary. The truth is, I'm not sorry Nicole spent that whole happy hour letting Tyler undermine me, then came home and confirmed his opinion was more valid than our relationship. She chose hierarchy and status over substance. She chose the ex who dumped her over the guy who actually showed up for her, and when her choices had consequences, she blamed me. Tried to paint me as some vindictive stalker instead of accepting that maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't share confidential information with someone you plan to dump for being beneath you. I'm not a sociopath. I'm just someone who got tired of being treated as less than by someone who couldn't keep her own secrets. Nicole wanted me to be forgettable, Ordinary. Beneath notice, I showed her that ordinary people still have memory, access, and Wi-Fi. She learned I wasn't too ordinary to matter. She just learned it too late. And honestly, that's enough for me. Edit. People keep asking if the leak was proportional to what she said. Here's my take. She didn't just insult me. She let her ex manipulate her into devaluing our entire relationship, then told me I wasn't good enough for her world while sharing sensitive information about that world. She created the vulnerability. I just exposed it. If that makes me the villain in her story, I'm fine with that. I'd rather be the villain than the ordinary guy who took it quietly. Edit 2. For those saying I should have just moved on, I did move on. The leak happened as I was moving on. They're not mutually exclusive. I removed her from my life and removed my patience for protecting her secrets. Both were boundaries I was entitled to set. Edit 3. No, Nicole and Tyler are not back together. Last I heard, she blames him for influencing her to break up with me, which led to the leak. Apparently, he blames her for telling me about the campaign in the first place. They're both in professional limbo and personally bitter. Meanwhile, I'm just ordinary David, living his regular life. Funny how that works.